Hello and welcome back to the second part of this tutorial series on how to record an animation inside of Unity with the free Unity Recorder plugin. This time I'm going to show you how to create a preset for making an animated GIF and some things to watch out for when trying to produce content that's for GIF. All right, so let's get started. So here we are back in Unity with a simple scene. This is just the old robot lab scene available for free in the Unity asset store here. Did show you how to install this last time. You just download it from the asset store and import it, and then go to Window and General Recorder and open up the Recorder window, which brings you to here. And last time we made a movie preset for generating an HD size movie file for uploading to YouTube and stuff. And this time we're going to add a new recorder, and that's what's great about Recorder is each time you do this, it kind of saves it as a preset. So we're going to use GIF animation this time, and we'll leave all just at the default settings. Did I say default? Default settings, and make sure that we are on targeted camera. And here's another thing to consider about GIF is you usually don't want it to be 16 by 9 because you're putting it somewhere like Facebook or Instagram where the format is better to be not HD widescreen, but more a square format. And also want to pay attention to your frame rate. You usually want that to be a lot smaller, less frames per second, so that you can keep the file size down, because there's a big limitation for GIF file sizes, and videos become very large when exporting as a GIF. So just keep that in mind. You want to lower your frame rate and try to use as low a resolution as you can. So under output resolution, let's just use 240p in this case. You can go larger. You can make a GIF in as big as you want it to be, but the file size is going to get huge real quickly. So this is going to export it out onto my desktop. You can see the path right there. If you wanted to change where you're exporting it to, you can click that little button, and it'll pop open an Explorer window where you can choose exactly where your recording is. Oh, that's just where it's going to be, sorry. It's not to choose it, but that's going to show you the path of where it's rendering to. If you wanted to change where it's recording to, it's the button right above that, little 3 dots for your path. So this is where it's recording to in my case. So that's important to know, where it's rendering out. All right, so GIF animation is going to render out there. All those settings look correct to me. Aspect ratio is not 16 by 9, but 4 by 3. And that's just whether or not it's wide or tall. Okay, if you're not familiar with the term aspect ratio. All right, so let's go ahead and start a recording. Another thing that's important is your time interval right here. If you want that to be frames or even just a single frame, you can choose it right there. Did not cover that in the last video, but that's why this is a series. So start and end at 8 seconds, which is about where I'm at already. So that's why I didn't mention it, because by default, it's just going to render out your camera's timeline. There we go. Constant and start. All right, so it's going to render out a GIF file, and that's what's great about rendering inside of Unity is it does it really fast. Now, you can see 240p is a very tiny file, so I'm going to render that again as 480p just to see that a little better, and then we can take a look at the recording size. So 480p this time, and start the recording. And because we have take right here, you'll notice, this is good to point out while it's rendering, because we appended take at the end, it automatically did a number 2 take, so that means it saved this out as a separate file, didn't overwrite the 240p version I had. Okay, so that should be it. Now we're going to have a GIF file that we can use on Twitter or wherever you want. All right, join us back for the third video on this. We'll learn how to take a panoramic 360 video or picture from inside of Unity using the Unity recorder.